Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you the 16th installment of Micro Tips and Tricks for Company of Heroes 2. First up, we have facing a machine gun inside a building. When you put a heavy machine gun team into a building, it will automatically set up facing a random direction, even if there is an enemy within range facing a different direction. Unfortunately, I do not have a solution to that issue. I'm going to talk about the direct face team weapon button. What I suggest is that after jumping into a building, you set the machine gun to face the direction that the enemy is most likely to approach from using this button. Unfortunately, it will still have to set up facing the wrong direction first, and then after it has changed direction, hitting the cancel button, giving you the best of both worlds. You can avoid scenarios like this. The MG has to rotate to the expected direction after spotting the enemy squad, and this extra delay allows the enemy to get close enough to use their flamethrower, potentially flushing you out of the building just because you didn't face the correct direction. But it will also auto-rotate if it spots an enemy coming in from a different direction, removing that micro burden or reaction time issue from you, the commander. For similar reasons, if you have to set a manual direction during a battle, you may want to cancel it immediately afterwards. That way it will auto-rotate after the threat has been removed from the set direction, or if you simply forgot that you set it later in the game, you won't get caught out so badly when another enemy unit approaches from a different direction. Next up is throwing grenades through buildings. In this position, these Panzer Grenadiers are able to throw their bundle grenade through to the ground on the other side of the church. This could be a nasty way to catch your opponent off guard. However, if you move them closer to the building, this time the grenade collides with the building and does not make it to the other side. This suggests that the grenade needs to be at a certain height in its throwing arc to clear the building and make it through to the other side. However, if I move across to the two-story section of the church, I am still able to throw it through to the other side from the right position, in spite of this part of the building being much higher. Trying out the trick on this two-story stone building is unsuccessful, in spite of trying several different ranges and throwing angles. This led me to wonder if it was the large number of windows and doors on this building that were somehow causing collision and making it unable for the grenade to make it through to the other side. Trying out a different angle, the grenade does appear to get stuck on the top of the door. And then, once that section of the building has been destroyed, the grenades appear to go right through. This suggests that doors do block grenades from going through to the other side, and it is easier to throw grenades through damaged sections of buildings. On this single-story stone building, the grenade appears to get caught on the door, but on this three-story building, even targeting the doors, the grenades still go right through, suggesting it varies from building to building, and avoiding the doors is only a general guideline, not a hard and fast rule. And once a building has been flattened, you can throw a grenade through it from any range, even super close up, where previously it would have been blocked. Short-range grenades are hard if not impossible to do it with, and it is easier to perform on narrow buildings and the narrow sides of buildings compared to wide. And it appears not to matter if the building is occupied by either friendly or enemy units. Here I am throwing a grenade directly through an occupied window and it is not colliding with the unit inside. And finally, we have dodging the AVRE with the raketen. A common mistake I see players make when facing against the AVRE is that they hit retreat on their raketen after spotting it. This causes the crew to bunch up close to the weapon and actually run forward slightly before starting the retreat, making them a perfect target for the AVRE. Instead, if you just right click behind them a short distance, they'll pack up the weapon and start moving back without that running forwards delay like we saw on the retreat, and they are more likely to stay spread out, making them less likely to get wiped. Make sure the move command is not too far behind them, because orders beyond 50 range will cause them to turn around instead of moving back immediately, once again making them vulnerable to the AVRE. That's it guys, be sure to like, subscribe and share it with your friends, but not with your enemies. You can also support the continued production of these videos through my Patreon page, which is very much appreciated.